It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the makers off her. Fucking chance. Premeditated batter. Premeditated batter.
Woo! Fuck aye, man. Is it just me that has literally just shifted the Comedown for the fucking festivities? It can't be, surely. Honestly, I got on it twice for the festivities. Did you have a good New Year? Happy New Year. I've already said Happy New Year, so I don't know why I'm doing it twice. Just I'm that kind of guy. You know what I mean? I get distracted by my mannerisms. I'm distracted by good manners. But as you have a good New Year, 3 times. I had an alright one. I ended up having a few cunts up here. I was hoping to have like a fucking pure party on the go, but nah. In the run up to it, on the day of it, I just could not be fucked. But I still ended up fucking mad with it right enough. But fuck, I ended up sitting myself. Every cunt left like New Year's Day's morning. But 9, man, I've ended up just staying up myself. Get a bit of gears, sat myself till like 10 o'clock at night. Disgusting. Disgusting, man. That way, see, you're just, even in the mid-state, you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I honestly doing with myself? Apart from playing with myself? It's like, nah, I can get like, it's mental. Like, see if I was to sit in a room normally for that length of time, I would slowly go crazy. Also, you're probably wondering how you're already a bit fucking fried, mate. But I would go like super batshit Robert De Niro taxi driver crazy. Know what I mean? I'd get my trench coat on, I'd start chasing the Clearyman about my own shite. But when you're fucking you introduce a substance into that, whether it's gear or it's green or something like that, you could easily do it. See, drugs do make boring shit seem interesting, don't they? And right now you're constantly bored, aren't you? Can't do fuck all. The minute you get like your teeth into something, some new fucking stupid variant. See, that's like a variant. I didn't have a fucking clue what a variant was before all this shite started. Now it's every week there's a new variant. The word variant is a fucking new variant, fuck. Madness. Earlier on I had my brunch. I decided to go a wee walk in the hills with my 2 pals. Nice wee day out. And on the way there, when I got in the motor, they were already locked in a deep kind of debate about vaccines and shit like that. And it just fucking went on and on. And at one point they were actually screaming at each other. Like, what in the fuck are you two talking about? And if it doesn't make it fucking bad enough, we end up getting stuck in traffic outside World Buffet, see up at the quay, for like 15 minutes. We go at 50 minutes, then we drove through, we go for the front of, let's say one side, you get the World Buffet, say like one side of it. We go for there to the other side of it in like 15 minutes. That's not what to cook. So we end up going in the car park and try to drive out, try to be sneaky. And we've got caught in traffic again. So we're there for about an hour, 10 minutes. We've just ended up like that, fuck it, and we've drove into the key car park, see the back way. We sat there and my pal was like, nah, fuck it, I've got to go a walk. So we end up going to the motorway. And the motorway was gridlocked. So on the way, in between all these like fucking traffic jams, these two are still bickering with each other. So we're literally, you know how it feels when you're just in non to slow moving traffic, you're just that pure anxious way, and you're just like, come on to fuck and all that, and it's like you start to relax, but it's not a good relax. So imagine that, except you get 2 cunts screaming at each other about the vaccine. On a Sunday, when you've been off it all weekend. Huh? I see. Don't know how it feels. It's fucked up. It was a fucking pain in the ass, but eventually they end up calming it. We went to Old Kilpatrick House, had a good wee walk. It was quite dark, so time we got to the tap, man, you could see the stars. Because I was stoned getting up, man, so I was like, ah, fuck my a lot of the stars looked as if they were moving, and I'm like, ah, I fucking need to get off this green, man. Nah, defos, man, defos. So what'd you do the weekend? Anything exciting? What I've done is TikTok live. I've been TikTok live and like, fuck. Started to make, obviously, this is like my start of January, because I fucked last week because I was rough. So I've been rough for like a week at a time and all that shit. So last week was kind of a write-off, so I'm starting my resolution January tomorrow. 2 weeks later. Better late than never. What fucking date's it tomorrow? Monday the what? I don't know, it's 2 seconds. The 11th. Under 2 weeks, innit? Aye. But I was actually going to try and do Veganuary. Nah, that was a fucking bright idea, wasn't it? Fuck's sake. What the fuck could I eat? I wouldn't mind trying it just to see what difference it made, if it made a difference at all. That would be alright. But apparently it makes you feel fucking dynamite. Apparently it makes you feel really good. Like my uncle, he was like a big fucking, witness, he's not a fat bastard, but he was thick, he'd meat in all the right places, right? He was like a buffalo. But he had a heavy swollen knee. He's a scaffolder all these days, so he had like a swollen knee. It was quite bad, I think. And he went vegan. And fucking within, I don't know if it was a few days to a week, the fucking swelling went away, went down. And I was full of life, and he was one of the ones who was raving about it. So but I think he's back in the meat now. But he done a few year. Done a few year after me, but he was raving about it, and every cunt that's a fucking, you know, like, I've not met the vegan that thinks it's shite being a vegan. Oh fuck, it's fucking shite being a vegan. A lot of cunts pure rave about it, but I wouldn't mind trying maybe vegetarian or something. Just cut out the meat and see if it makes me feel fucking less bloated, because it's one of the ones I could eat alright, but I eat a lot of shite a day. It's terrible. I ate 2 fucking mad chocolate eclair yum yums there, and a Muller rice strawberry, and a Ventanin juice. I genuinely feel I've took a fucking Valium or something. I am absolutely linty gauchoed. If I could speak another language, I'd be the cabbage whisperer. If I was Scooby-Doo, I would have been put down. You get the picture. But I think my college days are done. I think I'm chucking it, man. I think I'm going to get a job. I might be getting a job in a COVID test centre. See, cleaning up and after that and cunts and all that. So, a wee cushy job, because I'm talking like a fucking pure space cadet here, because I'm partly stoned and I've just ate a lot of shit. So if you eat a lot of carbs, man, especially sugar and that, you start talking in tongues. But aye, so hopefully start this wee COVID cleaning job, man. Fucking 4 on 4 off. I've never done that before. And all my working days, it's all been Monday to Friday, or the odd jobs I done that was like you'd work weekends and I never made a weekend. Between the two, that's I've never done 4 on 4 off, so that might be my calling. It's always moaned that the weekends aren't long enough, because when you finish, you're working, see if you're in a building site like me and you finish at 1 o'clock on a Friday, you've only got like 8 hours of that day to do everything you need to do. So you've got a full Saturday off, right? So that's 1 day, because the Friday's like half a day, so it's 1.5 days. But see the Sunday doesn't technically count as a full day off, because what is it when you wake up on a Sunday? I can't do this. Working tomorrow. Can't think. Oh, I need to watch. You're constantly walking on eggshells to see what you can do, because you work tomorrow. You don't want to stay up too late, and it's fucking depressing, isn't it? So it's like you get like half a day on the Friday, you get a full Saturday, depending if you're not working, and see if you're fucked, see if you're like a scaffold like me on a Saturday, you're like happy to stay in your bed. It's a pure shite system, and on a Sunday you're fucking thing when you're going back. It's like, when I was doing a scaffolding, like I've done the sites for fucking since 2013, since I got out of jail, and that was on and off to like this year. I done scaffolding for 2 years and I fucking hated it, man. The penny dropped for me It was a Saturday, right? Saturday morning. And I was brushing my teeth because I was getting a bit of fanny that night. Nah, kidding on, I want to brush my teeth. I like to keep the smell. But I was brushing my teeth and all I could think of was, right, I've got one more long lie, then I'm back at work the next day. And that thought fucking killed me inside. It was I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I'm on a Saturday, but I should be just enjoying my day off, but all I could think of was work. And I was like, fuck this, I'm chucking this job. So I eventually done it, and I don't regret it. Especially in this fucking weather. Any cunt that's done scaffolding will know, you know, it is fucking torture, man. It's good. I liked it at the start, because it was like a workout and that. But after a while, that takes its toll on your body. See if you done maybe 1 or 2 days of heavy scaffolding, or maybe 3, and 2 days kind of light duties, maybe aye. But see if you go on some jobs and you're fucking all out, because it's priced work. You don't get paid by the hour, you get paid by what you build. So there's a lot of pressure on guys to fucking graft like fuck, and fair play to them. Know what I mean? They've got families, they've got mortgages, they've got whatever else. But for me, man, oh, for fuck's sake, I ended up getting I was getting part of the squad to squad. I was a fucking gobshite with it. I'd get pure pissed off and start throwing tubes about because I couldn't do something. I was one of the cunts. I was like a rebellious prisoner. I was like Jimmy Boyle. I was like the Jimmy Boyle of the scaffolding. And I just fucking used to flip out and all this shit, man. My first job I was working on was Glasgow Uni. It was, is it the Joseph Black building? Nah, I don't think that's the name. Basically, it was just up the West End. And there's something about it, I love the West End. I always slag it off, and I always do, but I really love it. I just love the culture and that. See when you're walking up what fucking Byers Road and all that shit. And it's like, I think it's just because you're used to like coming for like schemes, and it's for like a certain demographic, a certain type of cunt, and you've got these certain groups of people. At the West End, it's fucking every man for themselves, full of colourful people, and a lot of culture, and I like it. I love the energy in that, man. If I ever make a bit of money, I'll be going there. I kidding on, I'll never leave Govan. I'll not leave my podcasting Govan anyway, fuck's sake. Some mad gyro Jake balls took it air, I go for a push, come back, couldn't sit in my chair. The fuck you didn't sit in my chair? Have to headlock the cunt and boom back in jail. So if I'm going, the podcast is coming with me. Okay, what's the patter? But my first job scaffolding, mate. It was a Joseph Black building, it was called, and it's in this fucking building. It was like they'd like, what's it called? A forensic criminologist, forensic psychiatrist or something. Basically, they'd like a fucking forensic bit in the building, so you always used to see all sorts of CID coming in and out. I had a warrant at the time, so I was paranoid at my nut. But in this building, man, they used to fucking do all sorts. But I think we were doing the windies. Well, we weren't doing the windies. We were building the scaffolding for the guys to go in and fix the windies or do whatever the fuck they were doing. But I was there for a good while, then I ended up arguing with like the charge hand. Cause I'm one of the ones, I get fucking pure. If I see an injustice in the workplace, I feel like I need to make a stand. Like William Wallace or something. I done it in the jail and all that shit, and seeing it's like I'm not sitting saying I'm like William Wallace. William at my trollis, man. But I seem to just see my dicks fucking pure taking the cunt. But I know I think it is. I think it's just because I can't take the cunt at work. A lot of work. See if because I've worked a lot of jobs, I've been able to take the cunt. And once you take the cunt once, it's like the most addictive drug you can ever have. Taking a cunt. We up to tonight, I'll just take a few cunts. A few, build up a tolerance. Don't build up a tolerance to taking the cunt. It's like, imagine with kleptomania or some shit like that. Taking a cunt mania. taking a cunt mania, taking a cunt mania. But it's great once you do it. So obviously I've worked in, as I speak, in the Hydro, fucking drug fest, fucking other jobs, man. It's like fucking, when I worked as a charity fundraiser, I don't know if I've went into this, used to be a charity fundraiser. I used to stand in the street and be one of these dicks you'd try and avoid, and you'd walk like that, kid, and you didn't see him, you'd be sitting wearing the bright red. That was me. First I worked for Sense Scotland. Me and there was a few other accomplices there who shall remain nameless. But that was good. That was a fucking, see, charity, right? What I realised about charity, it's, the majority it's a fucking scam. They don't tell you this, but it's pretty fucking evident. The manager, guy named Stuart, really nice guy. He said at the start during the induction, he's like, charity work is one of the best paid jobs you can ever get. It is. We were the fundraisers, right? So we basically we were like at the bottom rung of this fucking ladder. So we were the guys, the dickheads that stood on the street with iPads, stop you, yap a lot of shit in your ear about fucking Waynes and all that shit. Not a lot of shit, obviously, it's real issues, but the spiel you need to hit them with before you ask for their money, ask for their clothes, their boots and their bank details. So we did that, and we get them to sign up, whatever else and all that shit, and you get like, you're out in this team of like fucking 3 or 4, so you get sent all over fucking Scotland. Within the kind of Glasgow radius, I think the furthest away is Dundee for a day. And, but you've obviously, when you start off, right, they're not expecting you to get many when you start off, because you're just kind of flung into it. You need to kind of learn your own wee script and all that shit. It's kind of like when me and Ravy did an Ed O'Clock News. You have to have a wee script. And you have to have your thing you're going to ask, and you're basically your statement and all that shit, man. And you need to introduce yourself. You need to say certain things, see, because you're a fundraiser. They have things called mystery shoppers, but it's a cunt feel like this investigative body, and they disguise themselves as fucking a mystery shopper, and they'll basically intentionally get into like a kind of conversation with you. But they've just to make sure that you're doing your job right, so you need to tell them you're a paid fundraiser. You need to tell them, I can't remember your name, the charity, or that shit, man. There's certain rules you need to stick to. But at first, you're not expected to get sign-ups right away. Obviously, it's good if you can, but in your first week or two, they're kind of patient with you. But we were on £9 an hour. And ours were like, I think it was like 10 till 6. Maybe you were getting like £300 a week for standing in the street. Even if you didn't get any kind signed up to start with, obviously after a while you would kind of expect, like, right, you've been here a while. Where's the fucking sign-ups, mate? We don't pay you to stand in the street with your dick in your hand. Pay you to stand in the streets with an iPad in your hand looking like a dick. But it's like you eventually fucking get better at it. Then some days we would just message one of our pals or somebody, a trusted confidant, and ask them for their bank details. Because see, if you've got somebody's bank details, see their sort code and account number, the only thing you can do with that information is either set up a direct debit or put money in the account. You can't do fuck all else with it. If you want to start frauding the card and that, you need the big long number. That's your big daddy number. Don't be giving that to cunts. So if there was slow days and that, and we were out somewhere and say, well, like that, if there was 2 days and like that, right, to the gaffer, like, can we get a job and finish and that? They'd be like that, right, you need to get 2 sign-ups each. So what we'd do, we'd obviously try and get one in the street, but we'd be more focused on just messing one of our pals. We'd get their details, and then we'd just search an address. So say we're in Motherwell, we'd just look for a street in Motherwell and just put that in and sign up ourselves and get 2 just to go home early. Yep, I'm not ashamed to admit that. Technically it's no fraud, because we genuinely did set up a direct debit, so we're no fraud in a charity. But charity seen it differently eventually. It was a fucking rammy in the place. I ended up working with this mad guy. Right, I was in a team and all my pals in the other team, and I get put with all these mad. There was some alright cunts and some roasters. One day I get teamed up with this mad sex offender, right? And fucking, we get sent to Clydebank Shopping Centre. This has been there a good few months. So I was notorious. I don't think I'd made a Monday the full time I was there. Know what I mean? They were brand new, know what I mean? And this is where I'm taught about you take the cunt. I literally ripped the piss right out of that job. And every cunt did. You'd spend full days sitting like Weatherspoons and all that. And then this one day I went to Clydebank Shopping Centre with this fucking sex case of a guy. Cunt was alright, but he was that pure. A wee small fucking stout cunt. This is my handle and I'm smoking douts. This wee fucking fat chunky cunt. And he was one of the ones that just a bit, something about him. And we were, I don't know whereabouts in Clydebank Shops, but we were kind of outside, but it was shops. And it was like a kind of big straight fucking like line up, and that would take you to the front doors to the shopping centre. So he'd be a bit further up, and I'd be a bit further down the bottom. And I noticed, I looked up at one point, and I just seen him fucking marching with intention. He was walking like a bird with a sore head. And there was this bird, like, kind of a wee bit in front of him, but to his left, like that, kind of walking away from him. And then I heard him go like that, "What'd you say? What'd you say?" And then she's like, "Just leave me alone." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And then he's like, "Oh, she told me to fuck off." But I was like, aye, and that's what he said. So he'd asked her to stop, and then she told me to fuck off, and he pure stormed down heavy following her. But it was weird as fuck. Oh, it got me. It set the question in the mind. So, I don't know if it was the next day or the day later. We ended up, me, him and a bird get sent out to Edinburgh. And we're walking to Edinburgh, and it's no... Where the fuck? See, we get off a stop in Edinburgh, it might be Waverley. It's no Haymarket. It might be Waverley. Fuck no, is it Prince's Square? Fuck no. See where the big... See during the December, where they put the big wheel and all that shit? See that street there? Fuck. That's where you get sent to work. So it was during Christmas. And this is back when I was pure batter on the weekend, like Friday to Monday and all that shit. But I didn't realise like the effect that would have on you during the week. You'd be fucking angry and all that shit and fucking pissed off at it. I didn't realise this at the time. So I had an umbrella. So obviously it was winter. And I'm trying to stop cunts pure can't be fucked. Do you want to have a wee chat with us? Oh, lady in green, where have you been? All that shit. But the wind's blowing that way. So the wind's hitting the brolly, and the brolly's like fucking, see that way it's fucking snapping out, it's looking like a fucking dried leaf in a branch. It's doing all that shit, and I'm like, oh, fuck, where it is? And I start smashing it off the ground, pure raging. And then Big Fatso, he's fucking ended up storming there like that, because he's obviously like the supervisor, he was like the guy in charge, the boss he is. Let's see the supervisor on the street. He's like, "That's out of order, you just done, take your jacket off," can I say? You need to take you've got your jacket with like Sense Scotland on it. So you need to take the jacket off. If you're going on the phone, if you're stopping for a break, you need to take it off because you're still representing the charity. So, I'm like, fucking take it off, fucking gladly take it off. So we've ended up going to McDonald's, and we've had a scran in there, whatever. And then just as we're going back, he's like, "Alright, you need to wait here, Stuart, like his boss, he's coming out to see you." So the cunt had went and phoned him whilst we were on the break, mad fat snake. Anyway, he's came out and he's seen us, and he's like, kind of, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, it's just one of the days, mate." And then he's ended up saying the same, but he's like, I don't want to name the other boys. Know what I mean? Because it was quite a fucking sordid time, and I don't know if they want that on the record. I'm happy to admit it, I think it's fucking hilarious. But I can't be responsible for other people's. So anyway, these boys, the guy basically says, "See yous for, these are the fucking mad squad, these are off your fucking nut." This was a name that would follow us in later jobs. So I've got sent home for Edinburgh, then fat arse and this mad bird has ended up staying out. Whatever else. So the next day, I've went into the charity. Obviously, you go into the main office is in Kinnan Park. I think it's just next to Wonderworld or whatever the fuck it is. And the next day we went in, obviously, for the daily meeting. You go in for the meeting in the morning, they say, right, you need to work on this, all that shit. You're going here. Yada, yada, yada. So we went in, and it was like a fucking police interview, man. Like the door's been shut and like, right, everybody. The guy's name was Paddy. I can't remember the lass's name, say her name was Claire. He's like, Paddy and Claire, they've been sacked for committing fraud. Like, I'm wanting a fucking meeting with everybody and all that shit. So, off, what's going on? So they basically got us all in, all the fundraisers, and kind of been like that, right, ready as a riot act. Basically, you're doing this, you're doing that, all the rest of it. Buck up your ideas. Turns out, at Fat Paddy, when I've left with fucking Stuart's, well, I've left, then Stuart's left some other point after this. The two of us have left, and Paddy and this bird have ended up getting some cunt to give them their details, like one of their pals, and they've got a job and finish, so they've been said, like, right, get 2 each, because there's only 2 each. So they've just done what everyone is doing, and went and got cunts to sign it, and whatever, phoned their pals, and then just forged the signature. But these daft bastards have ended up getting caught. So it brought the heat on everybody. So they started going through all of the fucking signatures and that. And as you can imagine, we all get binned. But I fucking missed that job. That was one of the greatest, best jobs I ever had. I remember when I had that job, I was like, I need to appreciate this. I'll never get a job like this again in my life. Then I get that job in the hydro, which was like that job on Eckies. Aye, what about you? You get any mad jobs? Just tell me your mad jobs. What's the maddest thing that's happened in your job? That's it. See, to be honest, as much as I really fucking hate working, I hate working for somebody else. 2 seconds. As much as I fucking despise it, there is a lot of good memories that come from like being in a job or something. You always find that make the light out of everything. There's always like some funny moments, even if the job is a pure cunt. Like the more the cunt the job is, the kind of more you look back and laugh at it. I was doing agency work, and it was this mad agency. They were like based, I think I applied for it in Indeed, and this fucking mad agency, they were from down south. I fucking forgot the name of it. I don't know if it was Peace or some shit like that. I don't think it was that. But we ended up in this job, and it's, see that shop where Lemmy does the sketch where he's Jacqueline McArthur and he goes in the show and he's like, I'll fucking pay for everything, I'll buy whatever the fuck she wants, I know. Because the woman tries to lock the door and no let him in. It was a building site right next to that. The thing's all built now. It's just up the town, see if you're at court and you walk across that bridge, it takes you across the Clyde to the town. See when you get to the other side, it's like directly in front of you. That's where this job is. And it was all these mad English guys. And fucking it was a demolition job, but they were pure bastards about it. Like I remember one time we came down at we finished at 5, so we came down at 3 minutes to 5, so 4:57 p.m. we finished at 5, and we're working like in the 6th floor or something. So we end up heading down to the bottom, and we've got to the bottom where the fucking hoist and all that shit is, and the mad gaffer cunt, this chuckter cunt, he's like, what he's doing? Well, it's fucking 3 minutes to 5. We finished at 5. He's like, you still got another 3 minutes. We're like, what? You kidding on? Then we're like, what's your down time? We're fucking bogging. Like, nah, you do that in your own time. That a fucking Geordie cunt. One of the ones, man, but it was funny. There was this mad fucking specky boy there. It was a specky ginger boy, man. He was fucking hilarious. Don't know if he was for Royston or something. Name was Lee, I think. You're watching this, Lee, mate. Oh, it was fucking hilarious. So he'd end up working in the basement, mate. There was rats, mate. There was signs like warning. What's that mad rat piss disease you get? The one you need, basically, let's just say, there's an obvious name, Legionnaire's disease. Rat piss disease, man, what rat piss is, don't get it and all that shit. It's basically, there's sites rife with it. So we're in the basement, obviously, smashing shit up, and we're taking down like vents and that. And then some cunts hit a fucking water pipe, a shite pipe. So shites end up spilling out and the place was stinking. And this Geordie cunt was basically like that, trying to tell us to work through it. And he says to this boy Lee wasn't shy about arguing with cunts. He was a pure lazy bastard. It was fucking funny. But he just, one of the lazy cunts, he wouldn't go, if he's caught for being lazy, he wouldn't go, he'll not look right, fair dues, you caught us. He'll argue, tooth nail. And he's end up moaning about this shit. And the cunt's like, you'll get used to it. He's like, don't want to get fucking used to it. He's like, you'll get used to it. No, what was it he says again? I'll get used to it. Do you fucking think armour? Get used to it. Don't want to get fucking used to it. It's one of one scene, you just hear some kind of argument. It's fucking hilarious. I was in stitches. This is for a smoke green on us. This is amazing. One of the ones I just sit back and laugh sometimes thinking about it. But it was a class bunch of... It was... Look, they mad agency jobs. They're brilliant, man, because you're just... See, when there's like 10 labourers, man, not one cunt's got a clue, I hope in hell, and not one cunt gives a fuck. Cunt shoplifting at a tea time and all that, man. It's fucking going out and getting half bottles, come back and slaughtering the gaffer and that. It's amazing. Agency work is brutal as it is. You get just agency boys, man, they don't give a fuck. They're pure unemployable anywhere else. It's fucking some buzz been agency. I might just go back and do a wee agency job just for the fucking fun of it. Just travelling to all different mad sites. I pain in the arse, but you look back and think about it, man, it's some laugh. But that was one of the jobs as well. You would get binned off it. Let's say if you took a Monday club, because I was bad in my Monday clubs back then. That job I was on. They'd sack you till like, don't come back. Then, like 2 days later, the agency would phone you like, they need you back. So cunts would get sacked and then they would go away, then get brought back and all that shit. It was fucking madness. Aye, man. I need a good summer job. I really want a good summer job. See a job you're just out in the sun all day. I couldn't fancy fucking been stuck in somewhere, man. I fucking missed that fall summer. That summer was a fucking scorcher. And because of climate change, this one's going to be a fucking scalper and all. I'll get my tan ready. What's your plans this summer? What's your New Year's resolutions? I've got a few. I want to release 6 tunes this year. I'm in the studio working on one. I need to record one to send off to somebody. So I'm doing a few collabs. I've got a wee summer single for these. So I've got 3 possibly in the bag already. But it's some buzzing, man. Some buzzing when you shag your cousin. Kidding on, that's a bit fucked up. I know, see when I hit it that's my fucked up part. That's me just having a laugh. I think cunts genuinely think that's my part. And they approach you with it. And you're just like, well, is that how people feel when I say it? Then I think no. Because if people can't tell that I'm taking a joke, then they need their head examined. Because they might just find their stepdad's dick still stuck in it. Know what I'm saying? But, anyway, I'm going to shoot. I'm going to go and watch David Attenborough talk about mushrooms. We'll be back soon. Baby Davey and Mark Black coming soon. So watch this space. Come on!